To what?
Baggedmilk. 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 Oh, I swear. Oh, Baggedmilk. Baggedmilk.
Oh, hold on. I got something.
You got a YouTube video playing.
I got something running.
Chiropractor.
Oh, it's a chiropractor video, yes. Hang on here.
It kind of sounded like bagged milk, though.
There we go.
I thought I was jumping on you, giving me some advice for like a sore back or something. I thought this was really nice.
I was like, what is he talking about? His chair and the side, and then I thought maybe it was an ad for Jimmy's new Stephen Hawking chair he's getting.
Quite often, I'll watch videos of people getting chiropractic adjustments. I don't know why.
Oh, yes.
That and women trying on bikinis for some reason. I don't those bikini haul videos. There you know my whole YouTube feed.
Yeah, that's it. His algorithm.
All right, we're gonna let Grant start this segment off. Baggedmilk.
All right, so a big game last night. Oilers 6-3.
Yes.
Hyman with his first hat trick. Is there a better group of four forwards in the NHL right now than Tavares, Nylander, Marner, and Matthews?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like, you compare apples to apples across the board, and you look at a guy like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Grant. You know he's my boy. I've been cheering for him since the day he was drafted. I love him more than his parents do. And what you're getting right now is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins matching Austin Matthews in terms of production.
Yeah.
You've got Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, who are 15 points clear of the next player who's a non-Oiler in the NHL scoring race.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think our top four is looking pretty good.
Pretty
And,
happy.
Like, if we also had Evander Kane healthy and ready
Yeah.
to go, our top five is as good as it gets in this league.
You brought up Evander Kane actually this morning.
Yeah, I said he's not even in the conversation right now because of the injury and everything. But
Yeah. So we did the math. So we took the best four forwards in Toronto for the Maple Leafs, and we added up their points, and we did the same thing for the Oilers. So you got Tavares 30 points, Nylander 33, Marner 37, and Matthews 35, which is pretty decent balanced production from that squad. And overall, like if you take a look at the score 7-0 last night and you look at the score sheet from last night's win over the Ducks, they spread it around. That's the thing that's working for the Leafs right now, is that they're getting a decent outing from everybody on the squad, right? So I think Leaf fans have a reason to be excited. When they start comparing to the Oilers, though, come on. So that's 135 points after last night's game. You've got Nuge at 34, Hyman at 33. He had a big night last night. I think he got 4 points, right, with the hat trick. And then Leon's at 51, and McDavid's at 59 points. He's almost at 2 points a game right now. And look how far we are into the season. That's 177 total points with 42 points difference between the two teams. It was 30 yesterday, or 33 or something. Or on the weekend, sorry, when that tweet went out from the Tim and Sid account. So, it's ridiculous.
Toronto is a deeper team for sure. They're getting more consistent secondary scoring right than the Oilers are.
Yeah.
You look at the game that the Oilers won against the Wild on Friday. They got goals from Derek Ryan was in there. Nugent Hopkins got one. Yamamoto got his first. So when the Oilers get the depth scoring that we all thought was there in the offseason, they look really good. They look like they're going to be in really good shape. But then there are nights like last night against the Nashville Predators where the top line got everything done.
Yeah.
But when they're rolling, good luck stopping them.
Yeah.
Like I had a little cheeky bet on Leon Draisaitl to get 3 points last night. I'm like, you know what? That's outrageous. I know he's really good against Nashville, but 3 points is a lot in the NHL. I don't care who you're playing. And then he goes out and puts up 5. It's just
Yeah.
the guy can do whatever he wants against Nashville, and it doesn't really make sense. So to compare the top four makes sense, but unfortunately, as you get further down the lineup, that's where the difference really starts to come in.
Speaking of betting, maybe you can help me out. I mentioned this morning. I want to actually, and I'm not even kidding, I want to put a bet down, and I don't know how to do it because I'm not a bettor. But I want to bet that the Leafs are going to lose in Game 7 in the first round of the playoffs this year. I want to throw $100 at it right now.
His first bet ever.
Those are bets you absolutely can do once
Yeah.
the playoffs roll around. We're just too early. We don't know who the Leafs are playing yet, so we can't put that one down yet. But once the playoffs roll around, 1,000% you can.
Until they have an opponent, though, you can't. Okay.
I'll leave myself a note, a reminder.
Last night it was so good to see Jack Campbell get a win. He let in the first goal there, like a minute in. And
First goal on the
you're
first shot, and it was just
here we go. But
Yeah, I
it's
actually
like, so
I
I
turned
have a
on.
group text with
Go-
I have
go-
a group
go.
text with my buddies, and that goal went in, and all of a sudden I was just like, I just want to cheer for this guy so bad.
Yeah.
He's the nicest human being on earth, and all I want is for things to go well for him. Thankfully, he turned things around. He
had a
locked
good night.
things down at the 30-minute mark. Nothing else went in. I thought he had a really good night. I'm hoping it's one that he can build upon, but ultimately, Grant, when you let in the first goal and the first shot,
Yeah.
nobody's having a good time at the moment.
I tuned in a bit late. Like I tuned in just after that goal, and I saw the score, and I saw the celebration. I didn't see the goal, but I went, "Oh, Soup's in net."
Well, and it's almost like you turning on an Oilers game a little bit late and seeing they're down by a goal or two almost feels like home in a way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's comforting.
You know what's interesting, and I don't know if you picked up on this, but I kind of saw it. So after I think it was a second period, there was a rush by Nashville, and they ended up with with a really decent scoring chance, and Soup came across and stole what should have been a goal from Nashville.
Yep.
And McDavid came by and gave him a little tap on the head. And you could see Campbell's like body language changed. Like, and I kind of thought when I saw that, I was like, you know what? He kind of needed that little bit of
Confidence.
well, no, it's,
Little props.
just a little acknowledgement.
acknowledgement from McDavid, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it says something about McDavid's position on the team, obviously. I mean,
Yep.
we don't know exactly what kind of a leader he is because he's pretty quiet. But that little tap was like, you could see Soup's shoulders kind of went back. He's like, yeah,
I can do this.
I can do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I love to see Connor supporting his teammates when they do something well, and I saw it too, and it made me very happy. It's funny that your head went there, Locke, because my head went to, I looked at my dog and I went, that's what I do to you anytime you walk in a room.
A little acknowledgement.
Just a little tap. Just say, hey, buddy.
Nice poop, buddy. It's a good one.
Oh, that's
Very
funny.
supportive.
We got the Blues tomorrow night at home.
Mm-hmm.
They're a decent team. This is definitely a test for the Oilers.
Without question. Like, the Blues had a rough start to the season, but they've started to turn it around a little bit. Jordan Binnington is playing at the top of his game when he's not doing weird stuff like punching people going around the net. But yeah, the St. Louis Blues are always going to be a challenge. They're a really good team. They're outside of a playoff spot right now. They just got healthy again, though. They just got Buchnevich back. He's going to be playing tomorrow against the Oilers, so they're getting some reinforcements back. It's going to be a tough contest. Even though they're 3-6-1 in their last 10, we're still looking at a team with plenty of players that have won before and they play heavy hockey. So this is going to be a challenge for the Oilers. They've struggled with the Blues at times, and it's going to be an interesting challenge for them.
So there have been rumors, we'll wrap up here quickly on this note, that Kane skated. And then there was also another rumor he couldn't feel his thumb. Is there anything else, anything new about Kane?
So the thumb thing, he said when he was being interviewed on After Hours for Hockey Night in Canada, he said he didn't have feeling in his thumb at that point. Some doctors stepped forward on Twitter after, and they're just like, that's very normal given the injury and severity.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's not really reassuring, is it? But no, there hasn't really been any news outside of him just taking a couple of twirls on his own in full equipment. Obviously, you love to see that, but he's still got the brace on his arm, and I still don't expect him back in the lineup until February. So we've still got a ways to go here, and man, we could really use him because he just brings a different level, not just the scoring, but
Intensity.
he brings a different level of swagger and intensity to the lineup, and the Oilers desperately miss it right now.
Yeah, there he is. Baggedmilk, Oilers Nation, thank you for your time, my friend.
Thank you, boys.
The Locker Room for Always Plumbing and Heating. Weekday mornings on 95.7 Cruise FM.